I'm assuming it already started.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were
I'm
just
just
kind
gonna
of
say-
doing
Go, and that's where we're gonna start the VOD, okay?
it. All right.
Like
Alrighty.
like what I just said is where we started. Welcome, one and all to the first, according to Pyro's stream title, the inaugural.
Great start. Welcome.
Restart.
The inaugural. Jesus.
Reset.
How do you say that word? Skill
Inaugural.
Shot Podcast.
All right. It has been decided Seltzy will no longer be the intro man for future podcasts.
He can stick to the outros. That's
That
what
one team.
He's pretty good at the outros.
Anyway, I am Seltzy. You probably knew that because I'm like internet famous at this point. I'm number one Penny Fox player. Number one Penny Fox player. This is a fact. I've been playing Awesome Knots by Ronimo games since PC release.
Oh, you're not a console?
No.
No.
I actually never owned a 360 or a PS3. Was it on PS3?
Yeah, it was on,
Yeah.
Or was it
yeah.
just 360?
No, I'm pretty sure it was on PS3.
It was on
Well,
360 as well.
Either way, I wasn't around for the
Yeah.
everyone, all 6 OP characters.
Yeah, I know, it was fun.
Edition of
I missed
Awesome
those
Knots.
days.
Anyway, you guys introduce yourselves
Fuck,
now.
I'm
That's how
Omni.
this works.
I'm better than Seltzy. I played since the 360, so
Confirmed.
therefore I'm obviously better.
Look at
my
rank.
Ugh. I think you're actually higher than me right now.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
am.
me.
You dick,
But
dude.
I haven't played for like the past 2 days.
This one's so
One of our topics.
Hold on,
one of
hold
our
on, hold
topics
on, hold
today
on.
is going to be how many times Omni has
Caller
quit
number
Awesome
two,
Knots.
My question
No,
is
it's
for
not. He loves to
Seltzy
tell
and
us about it.
Pyro.
Hey,
It's like-
I
Is
say
it
I'm
true
done,
that
and
you
that's
hear
it.
us Taco Bell?
Kathy
Cheers, love.
earlier
Let's
today.
stick to the
Have a
intros.
Oh my
We'll do
God.
the disses later.
Yeah, I play Century Cassinian, so
Hold on. We need to like maybe I should be the leader because I just got like a fucking another donation with another caller. So I don't know if you wanted to
Another caller.
with another caller. So here we go.
I mean,
Recent events.
That'll get priority after
All right.
intros, I guess.
Okay.
Pyro, go.
Okay.
Omni's done.
Okay, all right. Well, my name is Pyrocheese. You are currently tuning into my stream at this point. Later on, this will be a recorded VOD that you can watch on YouTube, I suppose. So you probably know who this is speaking.
The one who
I've been-
doesn't sound like everyone else.
The one that you can probably discern. One because I have like it's actually recording on my mic, so it has like not compressed Discord mic quality. But also because I have a different voice, I guess. Blah blah blah.
Do I have compressed Discord mic quality?
No, this is that's just like how voice over IP is all the
Fuck,
time.
I'm gonna move my mic closer because you got me curious now.
I mean, you can probably tell later. Like I noticed it when I
Close
watched your stream. This is now turned into the ASMR T1T podcast. If you guys could please
Stop.
just run. All right.
Stop. I don't like it.
All right. But yeah, I've been playing Knots since PC release as well, back in 2012, was it? Has it been fucking 5 years?
It's been a long.
It's been a long fucking time. This has been too long of a time. Anyway, but yeah, I've been around. Finally got to League 1 this season. Who knows how the fuck that happened. Been around forever. And yeah, that's about all you guys need to know about me for now. So I'll go ahead and go ahead, Holla.
Pass the mic, bro.
Yeah. So I'm Holla. I'm famous for my I have been around since the beginning. Actually, one of my friends showed me the game, and I thought it was really lame at first. And then I started playing it, and I fell in love with Leon. And I played ever since. It released on PC, and I have a lot of hours. And I look back on my life and sometimes regret on how much time I've soaked into this game.
Dude.
But I've got a lot of memories. Even before I met these guys, I've had a few friends that I played with Awesome Knots, and now
Yeah.
I've known these guys for like maybe like 2-3 years.
It's
Yeah,
like 2.5,
probably.
almost 3 at this point.
Holla,
I think it's
So
Holla is
2.5.
famous for giraffes. This is-
giraffes for
crazy.
giraffes.
That's topical.
It is a true fact
Hold on.
that this Awesome Knots League with bets this year, I was top 16 players. However, I was drafted last. But you know what?
We'll talk about this later. This is a new
spot were you-
topic.
what spot
Hold
were
on.
you drafted? Hey, what spot were you drafted?
Not
I
last.
wasn't selling you short, buddy.
I'm not talking to you.
Anyway.
I don't want to.
So, we have another caller. Caller number 2, you're on the air. Hey, governor, my question is for Seltzy and Pyro. Is it true that you quieres Taco Bell? Cheers, love. The cavalry's here. So,
That was really cute, Pyro.
I know, right? It was my enthusiastic, we're in a podcast voice.
Did you?
What do you ask you? I already forgot.
Is it true that you quieres Taco Bell?
Taco Bell's okay.
I have not had Taco Bell in roughly 5 years. The one time I did, it was a regrettable experience.
You guys are an abomination to this planet, honestly, though.
I mean, I just don't
It's
eat
the
out.
best.
I think that
Omni doesn't eat out.
Omni does not
I-
eat out.
I eat Taco Bell an unhealthy amount.
Yeah, so, and
Really?
we're the abominations?
But yeah, like when I would go to Taco Bell as a kid, all I would get was like the nachos, the shitty like little chip bags with like the gross liquid cheese. You just dip that shit. That was like all I would eat because I was a little picky piece of shit and I hated
I was
I
actually...
hated,
I was
hated
actu-
tacos and I hated burritos.
Wow.
why?
I was actually super picky growing up as well. I mean, I've already told this story. There's actually the source of my name, but when we would go to the grocery store, I would actually like cry in the fucking shopping cart because I wanted the American Kraft single cheese
Oh, yeah.
slices, the ones wrapped in plastic. And so I would eat them, you know, before we paid for them. So my mom had to like go up to the register with the wrapper and be like, yeah, you know, he just started eating them. I'll pay for them. I have no problem with that. But yeah, he's like just fucking stuffing his face with Kraft singles right now. So just, you know, just let's move on with this, please.
Are those the ones that have like the wax paper in between them?
Yeah, no, it's actually worse. They're individually wrapped, completely
Really?
enveloped in plastic.
That sounds really shitty.
It's actually
It's
gross.
like I'm pretty sure it's like not even cheese. It's called like
It's-
cheese product.
Probably, yeah. It's actually gross. It's one of those things where apparently American cheese is just incredibly weak cheddar cheese. It does not remind me of cheddar cheese in the slightest. The last time I ate it.
You put that you're supposed to put on like it's acceptable on like,
Burgers.
burgers
It's like-
and grilled cheese. And
That's
that's,
like
pretty much
its
it.
only
Yeah.
use. And apparently
Nowhere else.
In-N-Out animal fries, which I will vouch for those.
No,
Cheese
really.
fries.
Cheese
Yeah.
fries, yes.
I've seen like shitty food porn pictures of people who just like throw that over tortilla chips and melt it. And they're
That
like
sounds
That sounds
nachos.
horrible.
like a
No,
crime
recent-
against humanity.
Sounds good to me.
Like I'm actually pretty lucky because in Oregon there's a cheese manufacturer called Tillamook and they make really good cheese and you can
Oh, we've
find
heard
it at
of
almost
Tillamook.
every store.
Hmm.
Pretty sure that's like a nationwide thing.
Well,
No, it's in
still,
Oregon.
Like the factory's in Oregon, so I've gone there before. It's pretty cool.
But did you know that
Tillamook's the one that has like the weird commercials with like the small child talking about how good Tillamook is.
I don't remember. I don't watch commercials either. So.
But did you know that happy cheese comes from happy cows, and happy cows come from California?
We should point out where we all live since Omni said he's from Oregon, Pyro said he's from California.
It's only fair, right?
Go ahead, Seltzy.
I mean,
Where are
I
you
don't-
from?
I'm from the wonderful desert, dry ass Arizona.
I mean, I'm not that
Yeah.
far from you, dude, so I know what you're from.
The ass crack of the United States.
So Holla.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys tell me. Where am I from? It's
Ontario.
a different state every time.
You're from Quebec.
Kentucky? Okay.
Michigan.
Quebec.
Yeah. You speak
Can't go-
French.
Michigan or
Can't go
Illinois?
too
One
far.
of those
Pyro.
two, I think.
He's from
Pyro's-
Sonora.
Pyro, you're
I'm
supposed to
from-
pick a Midwest state.
He's from Chihuahua.
Indiana. That's where it's-
He actually is from
That's what it's
Indiana, for
called.
the record.
I'll remember that this time.
Land of
Yeah.
cornfields.
I will.
Land.
I seriously thought you were from Michigan.
Land
For
of
sure.
cornfield.
All right. So now with introductions out of the way, should we move on to any actual discussion about the game that we're supposed to be talking about?
About awesome knots.
About, you know,
This is an awesome knots podcast with a little asterisk next to it. God, I can't speak for shit, dude. It's like 1 a.m. Cut me some slack. Anyway,
250. Get on my
the whole
level.
idea was I don't know if you guys haven't pulled up yet. I thought ahead. I pulled up
Haven't.
patch notes already.
you should like link it in Discord.
I'm
Yeah,
just
like
gonna,
it. Like
I'm
it,
just
bro.
gonna go down. We're just gonna go down one by one. Give our
Beat ya.
thoughts.
Those are two different links.
Mine's better.
Mine's the right one.
Mine's at no, mine is
The
this
beta
beta
or-
3. Is yours beta 3?
It's beta 3.4.4.
No, that's not it.
Damn it.
Wait, it's the
Yeah.
same date though.
Wait, is it?
No,
What-
this
what's
is this
this?
no, this is what's going on live. This is like hot
yeah, this
fixes.
is-
It's not the beta
No,
notes.
You
Yeah,
leaked
the-
the beta patch notes.
Okay, we know.
Yeah, okay,
What-
the
what
beta
are we-
one,
which
the
one are
one,
we doing?
the one that has
Mine is
deadlift, the mighty deadlift.
It's just somebody. Okay, no, not doing that again.
That means that I have to play the song
Oh wait,
now, right?
Pyro. By the way, do you have copyrighted music playing? Because I can't.
Oh yeah, what? Maybe I don't know. Should I stop that entirely?
Probably.
Probably
Just,
a
like,
good idea.
All
Put
right.
on a video game OST at least. If
All right,
there
so-
needs to be music. Normally, there's not music. Just make
All
sure
right,
it's not
so-
loud, and that's pretty much the only.
All right. So
Think I
video.
did.
No, go to
game
royaltyfreemusic.com.
OST. Put on some fucking.
Monster Cat. That's
If you,
royalty
really,
free.
if you really can't stand to listen to dead silence,
Royalty-free music
which
from
honestly
Ben
I'd
Sound.
prefer, but what are you gonna do?
Let's see. What is the song?
And
here?
before the whole intro is muted on Twitch.
I
Yeah.
honestly wouldn't be surprised. I'd
That's-
actually be very disappointed though, because I wouldn't want any of it uploaded if the intro's gone.
Yeah, well, anyway. I think I only had one Daft Punk song going on, but we were talking over it, so it should be okay. Anyway.
Fingers crossed,
Who knows?
Pyro.
We'll see.
I'm
We'll
blaming it on
see.
you.
Alright. Well, we are now in dead silence, so we can figure out music later if we need to, like some royalty free. I like Googled it right now, and I'm like, yeah, this is not. It's not.
Royaltyfreemusic.com.
It's not a good. I went there. It's not a good thing to figure out on the fly. I was thinking about like just playing some fucking Brandenburg or some shit, but no, let's just go into it.
All right, so patch notes.
Patch notes. Update 3.
3.5 beta 3.
All right.
Who wants to read this stuff?
I'll go ahead and read it, I guess. So I'll just go ahead and go down the list. So new custom game presets in mods. So that was kind of an interesting thing in general that they actually came out finally with map editors and like actual modding abilities in those map editors. You can now share your most awesome game custom presets through Steam Workshop or include the specific settings that your map should be played with. You can add one or more custom game presets to your mod in the modding menu. Custom game presets are created in the custom game lobby. There's no separate menu for this in the modding section. If a mod contains both a map and a custom game preset, then those will automatically both be selected if you select one of them in the custom game lobby. Players can then change either if they don't want to combine them. So, yeah, I think it's actually pretty interesting because you can basically make the game as if it was just a general platformer, or like I guess to a certain extent Metroidvania-esque, if you really want to make it that far. But it basically lets you do something besides, shoot at towers and destroy a base. Like I remember being.
I think turning Awesomenauts into a Metroidvania
It's a bit of a stretch. I know, but like I
If someone
was
does
trying to
that,
think
would be really
terms.
cool, though.
I mean, if you want to devote like a year of your life to working with the most obtuse method of pulling it, whatever.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of a term there, but you
I
know
don't
what I'm
think it's
getting.
ever gonna happen.
Yeah, but I remember me and Seltzy played that one map that was like sort of a linear game-esque
Well,
thing.
What was that one where like there was a spaceship and there were meteors and then you
Oh, the Omicron breach.
yeah.
map.
That one was I mean
Well-
it wasn't done amazingly, but it was like somewhat.
Considering how recent the map editor is, I think that's pretty impressive what that person was able to pull off. Let me
Yeah.
see who's.
I just think the major thing about it is that it's making it more interactive. Like, kind of like with before, we were just kind of waiting what Ronimo gave us. Now they're giving us the opportunity to make our own maps and have different ideas. Because I think Ronimo's a small team and we're a fairly
Yeah.
decent sized community for such an independent game.
Yeah. I actually want to give Monolith some props because I always give him a lot of shit for like the whole Starstorm and how long it's taken to get a lot of the stretch goals out, but they haven't like actually abandoned the game and they've actually been like doing stuff even if it's taking them a long time.
I mean, I didn't think they would abandon or go back on their promises as long as the game was still somewhat alive.
Yeah, and it has been.
But seeing the map editor and how it turned out and like what can be done with it, I'm actually like, they should have done this like sooner, honestly.
Mm.
This is like there's so much fun shit you can do with this.
Yeah.
And,
I'm not saying
like,
that I wouldn't have wanted it earlier. I'm just saying that I'm glad that it's actually out now.
Yeah, I think it's not that this is a bad thing or anything like that, but and I think it's really good that they finally brought it out because it gives the community a lot of tools to interact with the community itself, as well as give Ronimo a chance to maybe see some new ideas from the community and maybe who knows, maybe implement something from them in the games. Obviously, they're not going to change the game format and that, but at the same time, it kind of brings back the whole Kickstarter thing. Maybe it's a little bittersweet because there was a lot of hype around the Kickstarter. There was like a fuck ton of shit going into the Kickstarter, and one of those stretch goals was the map editor. And I remember everyone was like super hyped about the map editor, and we finally get it. Like was
How
it now?
How long ago was the
Like
Kickstarter?
2
actually?
years ago or something like
the
that.
the map editor. Yeah, I think it was 2 years, or maybe even 3. Fuck, I don't remember for sure. But the map editor wasn't actually. It was a stretch goal. It wasn't actually
Yeah.
part of the main Kickstarter, and we didn't actually reach it by the end of the Kickstarter. But PayPal donations actually carried over minus physical rewards, and that's when we reached
That's a good point.
that's when we reached the map editor goal. I'm pretty sure it was the last thing we reached too.
I see. All right, I see.
And also the best.
Cool. But yeah, so
That,
I guess
that Breach of Omicron map we were talking about, it was made by Blatoy. So shout out to that guy.
shout out to Blatzloy. Thank you very much for showing what's capable of these new mod tools, and hopefully we can see more from him and more from the community in general. So I don't know how much meat there is in the next discussion for us, but new AIs in mods.
Well, most of this is just workshop integration with like the things you can mod. So
Yeah.
like
I mean, it's a lot of what we
we
we were
just talked
talking
about
about.
pretty much.
Yeah, so basically just
I mean, I
run
think it's
through
cool.
really quick. New AIs and mods. You can now include AIs in your mods, blah blah, bot packs. New tags on mods, so basically just saying this is what this mod has, a little bit more accessibility when you put it into Steam Workshop, so you don't have to just randomly click things and hope that there are things. New textures and mods. That's actually, I did not know that. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, I thought they were adding that way later.
Yeah. You can now add custom
Wait,
textures
is
to your
this actually
mods.
is it actually working though?
This is in the beta 3, I'm assuming.
Only-
I'm assuming it's live. This was from 2 days ago, 3 days ago.
It says only DDS files are supported. I don't know what that means. So that the texture resolution is a multiple of 4 and the texture is saved as a DXT1 or DXT5. That's like
Yeah, I don't know any of the
that's like
nomenclature for that.
moonspeak to me. I don't know what that means, but like
Yeah. I mean,
if that means you can upload your own art and like decorate your own map instead of having it be like the generic
Yeah, I thought that was
that's what
like
it
a month or
seems
so
like.
down the
Textures.
line.
Yeah, because I do know that on one of the streaming shows that they did kind of showcase their texture creating engine, I guess is what I'll call it. Basically, you can create your own structures and it'll kind of bend the textures around to make, somewhat appropriate looking textures in that. Or I guess you
Yeah.
can also just, create your own textures in this, which I think is actually really cool, Another way for creativity to be involved in these mods and level editors and see what kind of artwork people make and, just another little creative outlet kind of
I
thing.
think the reason they said they were going to add that later in the streaming show, at least, is because they didn't want like pornographic material and stuff.
Right.
I think
That could be true.
they didn't want to have to like moderate the workshop.
I see.
But I guess people wanted it enough, so
Yeah.
they just did it.
Yeah.
I mean, assuming that's what this is.
Yeah.
I don't actually know for sure.
I think it is. I mean, it literally just says you can now add custom textures to your mods. I mean, I don't know if there's any real confusion to be had with that.
I mean,
I don't
basically, it honestly
I just-
depends
I
on
just
what
don't
they
sound
define
like
a
an
texture as.
Yeah, I mean,
If they define it as something else, then
if they do
Right,
want
a
to
lot,
avoid
but-
like pornographic things, I mean, or like explicit things or whatever, I would say that they can probably just add a checkbox to be like enable custom textures or not, or something like that, if they want to do that, and by default have it not or something. Kind of similar with the profanity filter in general chat. I don't know, maybe they can do something like that. New in map editor, much more flexible button object. That's like a technical thing. I guess it
Yeah,
just
most of
means
this doesn't really matter to us. I guess the replays now support mods is pretty cool.
that is pretty cool. I kind of thought that would be by default, but it's a bullet point to point out, I suppose. Map editor gameplay on objects. That's more technical stuff. Map editor UI. So
More
added a button.
technical stuff.
More technical stuff. All right.
Yep. I actually wanted to stop real quick.
Mhm.
The replays now support mods could actually be pretty cool because, like, you could have like sort of pseudo tournaments like with a specific map, like how quickly you can do it. You know, like that jump map
Yeah.
that you were doing. Like you could technically like do a sort of playoff type of thing with that.
I guess, yeah, like some kind of like speedrun thing, or, you know, alternatively some kind of other, I don't know, maybe co-op stuff that you need to do in a certain amount of time, or how many of this thing can you do with another player or something like that. Or just, you know, just the fact that it can replay, you can submit that to casters, you know, because I know that that's one way without, I don't know if it'll, I guess if you can save like the actual replays, you can email them as, you know, a zip file. Or I don't know if maybe that also means that match IDs will work. That you can just look it up in the in-game replay browser. Either way, that you're right, that's a pretty good implementation. But that does bring us, generally speaking, to the balance changes that are coming up, at least in the beta that's currently live, as well as the new knots, deadlift. So
His name's kind of dumb, honestly.
it's alright, you know. I mean, it's
It's kind of an edgy word.
he's the mighty deadlift.
The song is pretty edgy too, to be
Alright.
honest.
Am I allowed to play the song now? Deadlift.
If you want.
Song.
As long as Seltzy can't hear it.
I just googled deadlift song and it's just a bunch of workout videos.
You know if the
dudes doing deadlifts.
Yeah,
you know if the
basically.
Killing Spree song is out for it?
No, it's not. The theme song, the character theme came out like yesterday or today. The Killing Spree usually comes out like a few days later. But I'll go ahead and play the character theme. Okay, let's cool the volume there for a second, YouTube, and also put it back to the beginning. There we go. I mean, there's not really much commentary.
I mean, we can talk over it.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, there's literally nothing else going on. Just a minute and 33 of this. But
That's a minute 33.
a minute 33 of this. But yeah.
You want to just talk about them?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just go ahead and say literally what's on the page for the patch notes. Oh no, that's is there like a character?
That'll mean a whole lot.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I mean,
I thought those were like his descriptions.
I don't really like. If you told me, actually, never mind. None of these actually have anything to do with.
No, these are like actual balance
upgrade
changes.
names.
Yeah. So I can just boot up the
Talk
beta
about
in
the
a
knot.
second or something like that.
Talk about him. I mean, we know his abilities.
I'm not sure.
You know,
I mean, let's just give our thoughts on
I'm gonna-
what we've
I'll-
seen of him.
I'll while you do that, I'll boot up the beta so I can actually give like actual like what the names of his abilities and shit are.
Well, I mean,
Protective pose and Iron Slam.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't remember.
Power lunge.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be
Shamble.
professional here. Jesus.
Anyway, I think, and he was definitely absurd in his first iteration. Like, you could just walk up to a turret with like one person that does a shit ton of damage and just take the turret. That was pretty insane. But since then, they've nerfed the shield enough to where it's kind of reasonable in that situation.
what does it do now?
I think it might just be less or have less of a shield.
I think it is.
I don't actually
yeah.
know for sure. But he was still kind of, I haven't played the most recent beta 3, but he was still really godly in 1v1 scenarios. Like, you just straight up can't do damage to him for like 1k HP. That's a little absurd.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can completely like, negate one or both of your abilities.
Yeah, because I mean, I only played him in beta 1, and we did like that death match. That was the beta 2 technically, but I mean, I never got really a whole lot of information from it because we were just fucking around anyway. But yeah, one of the things that I had a particular issue was as long as he has like a single tick, or not a single tick, but a single bit of health on that shield, he can absorb a single amount of burst. So, because I remember that I was having
Oh, really?
issues with
Does
that.
it take like
So
the whole ball instead of just part of it?
Yeah,
There's no
yeah.
carryover.
There's no carryover. There's no like leftover damage. Because I remember I think I was playing as Clunk against him, and I was trying to time the explode to the moment that the shield would go down, but I would mistime it so that he would have like, I don't know, maybe literally like 100 health left on it.
Yeah, it seems really frustrating.
But it would just do no damage to him because it would be negated, period. I don't know if that's by design or, I mean, I guess it technically is by design, but I don't know if that's balanced or not. You know, they are obviously still making changes to him, although he's supposed to be coming out this Wednesday, isn't he?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think the official launch date for the 3.5 patch is this coming Wednesday.
Fun fact: the Astronauts League with Bets is actually going to be using the new beta
Oh yeah.
patch.
That'll be
So
interesting.
Deadlift is a playable
Is
character.
Deadlift going to be in drafts and stuff?
Yeah, and everyone's assuming that he'll be first ban every time.
Really?
And Betts is saying that it might open opportunities to other comp, because a lot of like, I don't know, a lot of the same Astronauts like Scoop get banned every, like either first or second ban. But now that Deadlift has kind of entered and people want to ban him, it might open up other opportunities for those comps to be there. So
Scoop
people are
cancer
gonna have to
comps are back,
figure it
yeah.
out.
Yeah, I mean,
So.
it's interesting. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to tell him how to manage this tournament. I would personally wait until he's actually out, and at least like a week after he's out, because I don't know
Then
how
you'd
many
just
people.
be deciding whether to ban him or not.
Yeah, because I feel like right now it's going to be very reactionary bans, because like really no one really knows what he's going to do in competitive at all. I mean, I don't know, but whatever. We haven't even talked really about his abilities, just kind of like the things surrounding about him. So I don't know.
We
Fucking.
talked about his shield.
We
Shield
did,
uses
yeah.
this leap.
So-
I think it's kind of a random ability, honestly. Like compared to the other things he does, Shield's just kind of like there, and it does a thing.
Yeah, he
To me,
kind
it
of
doesn't fit with his other two abilities.
It doesn't.
His other ability, I guess.
It's kind of strange because
I feel like it was them saying this guy needs to be a tank. How do we make him one?
Yeah, he's based on his like upgrades too, his items, I guess you would say. He's much more of a support character almost than a tank himself. Like obviously he's tanky as fuck. Like he has a pretty high health pool to start with, as well as that shield. But overall, he has like buff abilities that help his teammates. I remember I got one upgrade that was like specifically for his teammates. Like it didn't even affect himself.
Well, even when there's an upgrade where the shield breaks and heals, like
Himself.
actually, is it you or everyone in the shield?
I thought it was himself.
I think it's you.
I think it's
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's kind of interesting because there's also like it's a fairly large shield as well that I remember. You could also get a slow upgrade on that, so that could really help control team fights and things like that.
Yeah. I think the good thing about the shield is that like if you're stacked on people, the damage applies multiple times. So like one ball on 3 different people should be enough to negate it, but it'll still take that entire ability.
I see.
I think like if you're hitting droids inside of it too, those count as like 2 extra things, so it'll burn through the shield faster the more people that are in it.
Yeah, that is something to note as well, which I don't know if we pointed out specifically, but it is a shield that not only affects Deadlift himself, but also all the allies inside of that shield as well. So allied knots, obviously, as well as droids, which, Seltzy had mentioned earlier that, if you're up against a turret, you can just basically tank it entirely. It doesn't matter who's up there. Like someone rubbing their face against it with that shield is gonna the shield's gonna eat it no matter what.
Yeah, get a kill or 2. It's pretty much going down.
Yeah. So that's something else that, again, I feel is going to be a little bit reactionary in the tournament because it's like that sounds crazy, but we'll see what happens with that.
As for his like lunge, his second ability, I feel like, I don't know, messing around with it, it's just a quick way to do like a tiny burst of damage. In no way is that like an OP move where like if you jump on a frog, he's like instantly dead or something.
I think it's fun to use.
Yeah, it's fun to use. You just throw yourself. But as Seltzy learned from my amazing throws, there's a few ways you could just launch yourself off the top of the map and land on someone, like and do damage. So that's always fun, but by no means is it like overpowered. Like even with knockback upgrades, like you knock yourself further away from the enemy than you actually knock the person. So
yeah, from the handful of times that I use them, I use it way more as an escape tool than anything else. Like I feel like it's almost a horrible initiation tool.
He's not really good at initiating because it doesn't offer any form of CC. I mean, you can immediately pop the shield, but then like all that would really do is prevent retaliation for the most part. But you don't have any follow up after you leap in and you pop your shield.
And if you hit them with the leap, I don't know like the super specifics of it, but it usually pushes you like back far enough that you can't even follow up.
Yeah.
Can't
Which-
punch him or anything.
Yeah, because Hollow had pointed out, like, you can get a knockback upgrade on that, which, you know, if you're behind them, you can maybe punch them into turrets, but outside of that, it's kind of like the same thing with knockback penny pulse, or knockback penny pounce, where if you're pouncing them, trying to change them, they're just gone. If you don't kill them with that
Yeah,
damage,
it's
they're
not
just gone.
near as good displacement as penny pounce or.
He
Plus-
has no stun with it, so
Yeah.
you can jump cancel it if you have a jump. It would be best used like if they're falling,
Yeah.
but that's pretty bad for a knockback, I think.
Yeah. Plus, Penny has like a lot more mobility.
Why
Where she
doesn't
can
it have a stun anyways? Even if it's only like a short one, I feel like a massive like bull hurling itself at you, and if it hits, it should like at least daze you a little bit.
Nah, yeah, right. You're thinking
I
too
mean,
much
that
about
doesn't-
Dungeons and Dragons, man.
That doesn't really
Well,
matter to me.
yeah, whatever.
Now you know what I'm curious if he got BKM and still did lunge. Do you think that would prevent his knockback, like for himself?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Really?
I
That'd
don't
be
think so,
interesting,
Holla. I don't think so.
though. I'm just saying that'd be interesting.
I don't think so.
It'd be OP.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I mean, it's
Most
technically a knockback, is it not?
I don't think so, Holla.
Is this how the rest of the cast is
I
gonna
don't
go?
think
I don't
so.
think so, huh?
Okay, so
All right.
I don't think he's gonna be. I do think he is leaning more towards support, not because his AA, while it does like a pretty hefty amount of damage, it's still single target, and that hurts pretty bad.
Mhm.
Actually, his second thing now pierces.
His second punch,
His golden arm pierces now.
really?
Yep.
Hmm.
Has it always been like that, or am I?
No,
No.
it's literally this beta 3. They changed
really?
it. The first one is single target and it deals 100, but the second golden arm deals 130 and pierces,
Yeah. Says Golden Arm
That
now
does-
pierces 130. Yeah.
which
feel
I
like-
think is like a net increase in terms of like damage potential because you can do it against multiple people.
Well, yeah. It's not only that, but I think it also helps him like when it comes to defense and things like that. I remember pointing it out to Seltzy how like I kind of don't really like how it's a single target auto attack. I remember that was really hurting Ksenia when she first came out. That she
I
was.
mean, I like that as Deadlift's
ass.
drawback, though.
Yeah, and it's okay. Like.
Well,
it's-
I'm fine like with it being one, like considering that it's every other. I think it's okay. But if they were to make his first one pierce 2, then I'd have a problem with it.
Taking
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone
there goes-
earlier
there's just a jet engine.
Someone earlier said that should be like another image that we put on the skill shot overlay, just a
Erebos,
fucking heater taking
Yeah.
off. It should,
Featuring what? Let's see. I know he said it. Where is it?
yeah, it should just be like a rocket behind Omni's picture. You know, the Shutterstock image picture, like just a jet engine right there. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting because you know we fucked around with him in beta, but we haven't seen him in pubs, and I think that's really where all new knots either shine or shine too much or shine not at all. Because you know when Max came out, leading up to the release, I remember like mixed results. We were like, oh yeah, it seems a little strong. The moment that he was released, everyone was like, his slow bubble is fucking
Yeah.
insane. It's absolutely retarded when we weren't having that kind of reaction when it was in beta. So we'll see. Like maybe things are still going to be ridiculous on deadlift. You know, obviously they're going to be tweaking things, which is also why I would say maybe wait on the tourney thing until there's a. But you know,
I'm not playing. I don't care.
Don't shoot the messenger, dude.
I'm not shooting anyone.
Sure about that?
I mean, shots
I
fired.
don't think
huh?
there's such thing as perfect release
yeah,
for characters like this.
That's
es-
true.
Especially
More
in
often than
mobile.
not, it comes out too strong,
Mm-hmm.
and so that should be expected at this point.
Yeah, he's also not like a DLC not right. He's just
he's
just
free.
regular cast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's free.
He's free. Awesome. Cool. Okay. Is that the first free? Rocco was the last free not?
No, he has
Ksenia was.
overdrive. He has overdrive gear, didn't he? Pretty sure he does.
No, X was the last free knot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
X.
Okay.
It was X, then Max, right?
No, Max is overdrive for sure.
No, X, then Max came out after X.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah,
see.
I
Oh,
thought
okay,
you
I
were talking about
understand.
is he an overdrive knot, which he is.
Deadlift.
Max is.
Max is,
Max
yeah.
is.
The 20th
Yeah, yeah.
question mark free not. All right. Yes, he's free. All right. Confirmation from Murbosu, our dude in the corner, fact checking everything.
All right, do we want to move on to actual balance changes?
Yeah, these are these don't include all the balance changes, right? It's just the balance changes from beta 2 to 3.
It might be.
Well,
I don't know for sure.
There's still some meat here
Can
in
we
general.
check?
I mean, we can check like the posts from beta 2 and beta 1, I guess, and just kind of see those in general. But I guess this is a good place to start as any, honestly.
Froggy G. Can't touch this damage reduction reduced from 48 to 30%. That's a shield upgrade.
That
And the
is, yeah.
clock necklace, the heal over time upgrade is being toned down.
I think
I-
that's fine.
I don't know about the shield.
I don't know about the shields.
Yeah.
His shield was fine, I think.
Who was complaining about it?
I don't think a lot of
Or
people were
was this just
complaining
a
about it.
metric change and where like Ronimo's like too many people are taking this upgrade?
I think it is, because
I
think that's what they do for a lot of their overall balance changes. Because I remember watching again one of the other streamer shows where it was just basically a big ass chart of like, okay, this number of people took this upgrade and had this overall win percentage.
Yeah.
Therefore, if it's like more than 50%, that upgrade needs to be made more expensive or made less effective in some way. Which, when it comes to like, you know, law of the large numbers, I don't really know if that's the best way to go about balance.
I think if it's like a huge percentage, like if you're taking that upgrade 100% of the time, something probably needs to be done about it.
Mm-hmm.
Or improve one of the other upgrades.
With like Skoldir, obviously they've been ignoring that, but
Yeah. They are nerfing Oily though, which I guess we can come up to in a bit, but
eventually, yeah.
But Clock Necklace, the heal over time, I also kind of wasn't really complaining. I think Froggo in general has been in a pretty good place considering his entire history.
I think Clock Necklace being nerfed is okay because it's like most of the time the enemy frog, or at least the enemy frogs that I know, which is like you'll see like manager take it maybe. I hope he takes it. Fuck. Pillow takes it. Leader takes it. Doc probably takes it.
Yeah.
It's just a good upgrade. I see it in most games.
I do, yeah.
I've never seen it in game and thought, man, I wish he didn't heal like that.
That's which is what I was getting.
It is being taken like very often.
Yeah, so I
just think all Froggy's dash upgrades are like very viable. Like, I think it used to be the meta was damage double clocks. That was like that was used quite a bit, and then it kind of switched around to where you could get damage slow and hammer pants or something like that. Now it's kind of you can switch around all you want. Like if you're playing against a Gnaw or something that has this dot, sure, get regen on clocks because it's pretty decent and you can stay in the game longer. Or if if they're a squishy team, just get double damage and even more damage with the AA speed upgrade or something like that.
Yeah. Because I think
I like that.
Yeah.
Is the AA frog actually like pretty decent now? Because I've been seeing a lot more people do it.
I'm telling you, like I think in pubs, if you
stupid.
get piercing and range and that attack speed upgrade, like your gold, you can clear very easily. And, it's just Froggy can't clear very well without using his abilities.
Yeah.
So if you're able to pierce droids and stuff, I think it's a very viable build.
Yeah, just build diversity overall, I think, is better. So, like Seltzy was saying, I think I do see, not that I have a problem with the healing dash, but I think I do see it too often. So I don't think that's a bad thing.
And he has such a low health bar that any regen item is going to be like good for him.
Yeah,
because it doesn't take long.
Yeah. Genji, Butterfly Nebula Dust, which I believe is the Cocoon upgrade, decreased slow from 20 to 15 per stage. Caterpillar, price reduced from 215 to 815, 185 I should say. Don't remember which one that is.
Yeah, I don't remember which one that is either.
Misfortune Cookies, price reduced from 215 to 185. I don't remember which one that is either. I know that's a blessing upgrade.
That's a Cocoon upgrade.
All
and
right,
it's the percent HP removal.
Oh, okay, I see.
On Cocoon.
Hidden Leaves, which I know is a lifesteal upgrade on the Cocoon. So it's just some Cocoon changes, I guess.
No Jagger Eggs is...
Alright, I'm a fucking retard, basically. Hidden Leaves. This is why I feel like I should have the game up or something. Actually, this wouldn't help me in that case.
Yeah. Hidden Leaves is percent damage absorption.
Okay, that's
So,
fine.
so they're nerfing that upgrade. I
Okay.
didn't know
Are
people did that.
It's good for bursts.
It
Like if you're playing
is.
against burst characters, that's what you want to get.
Yeah, it's one of those upgrades that's
I
always
mean,
in my
it's-
mind, but I never get
Which
it
one is
until
it
way
that
later.
does the flat damage amount? That, like
Bronco
is-
yeast.
Bronco yeast.
Yeah,
That one's a good upgrade.
it's
That's
a
a
good.
hard counter upgrade.
Yeah, I think that upgrade is generally fine where it is. Honestly, I think it might be a little bit cheap because
It's kind of like Arbe.
yeah,
Take
it's
it
so
in certain knots,
it's like
but
so
you have every reason to take it against others.
yeah, it's like such a situational upgrade, but when you take it, it's so fucking good. That's why I feel like it should be more expensive, honestly, because it's like 260 to reduce it by like something like 25 damage, around when you get it, which like completely fucks some characters over. I remember when Max was being played like every match. I was playing Genji a lot, and Bronco use was like an immediate buy, especially for the Maxes that get the double bullets thing. So each bullet was doing like 30 damage individually, and you reduce the damage in that case effectively by like 80% or something insane.
I
So,
mean, it makes Nibs like 90% worse than she already is,
yeah. It's also pretty
especially
good
against Genji in general.
yeah, and it's also really good against Dot. Actually, it's you probably wouldn't be using Blessing against Dot specifically, but a lot of times Dot is straight up reduced to 0 in my experience. So that's
Now looking at that again, that misfortune cookies,
mhm.
that's a pretty decent like nerf to the price, or I don't know,
Buff to the price.
Yeah, buff to the price. So that's like 30 solar. So misfortune cookies, when I played Genji, that was like a mid to late game purchase because it was just expensive, and I didn't find the worth of it getting an early game. But if you're playing against like 2 to 3 like characters on the other team that have a pretty big health bar, that's pretty good. 185 solar, and that's a percentage decrease in their health. Like I think it's 10 or something like that. And there's 2 stages.
Mhm.
I don't know why more people don't get it.
It's a pretty okay amount of damage on pretty much any character, really. It's noticeable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the reason you didn't get it against like the characters with smaller health bars is that I forget what it's called, lifesteal upgrade was cheaper. I think it's 175, and
Which
it's
they are
actually
nerfing
it's a
now.
flat
Wait,
damage
no, I'm an
amount.
idiot.
It's a flat damage amount, and it's cheaper, and you get health. So that's why most people chose that over misfortune cookies.
I mean, some people get both.
Some people
Yeah,
get
oh,
I think
yeah,
most people
I
get
think
both.
if you're doing max damage against like heavies, like I said, you should get both to
Mhm.
do. I mean, and slow. That's usually what I build
Mhm.
to get the maximum damage out of that.
No, so I think that's okay overall. I think Genji was kind of in place for like at least like a small nerf, because I think it's always been, if Genji gets to late game, it's just insane. It's just absurd sometimes. So some of these are a little strange because it like makes his late game come a little sooner. So I don't really know in general, but
I don't really think so.
I mean they're like
Just for the record,
nominal upgrades.
Cat Pillar is healing on Blessing.
Okay. Oh, okay, I see.
So they're buffing that. They're making
Okay.
it cheaper.
All right.
Yeah,
Nominal.
I think
amounts, really.
I think the slow being decreased is a good thing, because that was a really good upgrade. Like
You
Yeah.
could not
people
leave.
don't really take it, but 40% on top of whatever Genji's team is following up with is nutty.
Yeah. So, nah. I hope that these
Oh,
aren't the
boy.
only changes to them. These changes make me feel like it's not the only patch changes overall. But anyway, at least from coming from beta 2 to 3, nah, File Teeth lifesteal reduced from 25 to 22. Diamond Teeth price reduced from 190 to 160 per stage. Chattering Teeth price reduced from 165 to 135 per stage.
The change in the last patch, it says, was wild growth. The damage increase decreased from 29% to 25%, and wild growth
What's wild
reduced.
I think that's when you fertilize your weeds, isn't it?
Yeah, so they reduced the price in solar, but reduced the damage increase from 29 to 25.
So what they're doing here is they're increasing his like normal damage, so not his dot damage upgrades, or they're making his not dot damage upgrades better.
Mm-hmm.
which I don't think is really going to help.
I don't think it's really
Personally?
gonna help. I think as far as like Gnaw in the whole landscape of this game, I think he is one of the strongest characters right now. At least in the meta that we're in right now, because
So fucking annoying.
he's not only annoying, but he also can pump out damage like hell if you let him. And it doesn't take a whole lot of effort, frankly. Like, he has amp on spit and can follow it up with weed slams that without the amp do like 40 damage, or 400 damage, I guess, if this is going to be, new numbers. On top of, the dot that comes from the amp damage.
His
basically.
movement speed was also nerfed, I believe.
That's
Sorry,
good.
just-
Yes.
Okay,
That is
that's also really good because
They increased the price of it and reduced the speed.
Gnaw is, for as much, that's kind of the thing where I think that my biggest qualm with him is I don't really care so much how much he can fucking do. My bigger problem is that he can't really be punished. He has, like, one of the smallest hitboxes in the game, so landing abilities on him is pretty tough. He also has, like, speed boosts, as well as being able to slow enemies down. So good luck trying to fucking chase him. Things like that, so... It's just
And sustainability. He has plants across the map that are usually in creep areas. Plus, he has a lifesteal ability.
like not only
and
like
creep
flat
content.
lifesteal, like everything
Does
else
that
in the
still
game.
apply to Dot?
It was at least in the patch that we're playing that's live right now. It does. I don't know about in the beta.
Is that intended? Because I think it's dumb.
I think it is dumb. Like it's such like not like when I was looking at a replay like late into the game, it was doing like +6 health a tick or something like that, which is nothing. It was like 6 with the new numbers, so it's like not much, but it's still something where it's like that's not over the entire span of tick damage, especially if you're hitting multiple targets. That adds up
Right.
pretty quick.
Yeah, I think the most aggravating thing about it is like when I'm, solo queuing or whatever, and of course there's Nas every other game because he's a fairly easy character to play, and enough people know the meta on like how to play him that like if I'm playing Frog, my goal is as an assassin, I need to get the quick burst on players and kill them as fast as possible. But when you have a Gnaw, that his main goal is to just switch lanes over and over again just to get the
Mhm.
turret push. It kind of like ruins what my whole plan is going because whether you have reliable teammates or not, it's just another factor. Because Gnaw, he does the damage, he controls areas, he can get away from anything, so you can't just kill him really quick. But when he gets on a turret, it just
It's melted because
it doesn't take any time at all for it to be gone. It's just like 2 wheelings and a droid push, and it's half health instantly.
yeah, because
So
his auto attack on turrets is actually pretty decent if I remember. Plus, his weeds, as well as even if you try to stop his push, he automatically has area denial directly in front of your turret by way of the weeds that auto aim, as well as him just being able to split and cover that entire area anyway. So it's just like it's a pain in the neck, and we can complain about him all day. I'm glad there are some nerfs, like I said, especially to his movement speed. I'm looking forward to that shit. Frankly, I feel like maybe they should be doing more, but we'll see. They don't want to over nerf him too much. I can understand that, but like I said, he's annoying for sure. So
X.
X. Overexposed nature photo replaced with 1 second duration increase. Who knows what that
what
is?
does it
I
do
don't
beforehand?
know like what any of these upgrade names are.
Well, psionic bond is obvious enough. Broken solar tree, I don't know what that means. Refract,
that's-
also.
Never mind, I don't know what that is.
I'm just opening a Knots Builder.
So
Okay.
he's getting good buffs. X
broken
is.
solar tree, I think,
Yes.
is the damage on Link or whatever.
Is it?
I
Mm,
think so.
okay.
Damage and heal.
I thought that was like
Okay.
a branch.
Broken
Maybe.
Solar Tree is add a self-healing effect while using. So it's a tick.
Is it on refract or psionic bond?
Sonic Boom.
Refract.
Oh, it is on refract.
Okay.
So no
Okay.
one takes that. That's what
Overexposed nature photo. It increases the shot range and max bond range. Now it increases the duration.
That's actually good. Yeah, these are actually some pretty decent buffs to Ix, and I'm honestly pretty happy about it overall. Again, in the landscape of the game, because you never see Ix, period.
Well, I'm actually not sure if I like the increased duration rather than the increased range.
I can see that because I know on ULIP range on his gaze is like amazing. So I can see by the same
Because
token that
the-
range
the-
on this thing is good, but
It increased the max bond range too, so you were able to get farther away and still do stuff. But
mhm.
like that's not there anymore. So like it'll last longer, but if they run away, then I don't think that'll really do much.
It's still not a very good upgrade. I think it's fine. I don't think this upgrade matters at all. Ultimately,
Yeah, it's
most of the time it breaks anyway.
Yeah,
It doesn't usually time out unless you're really out of position. So,
yeah, and if you're way out of position, distance isn't going to help you too much either way. So, the base heal though, I think that's pretty good. Like I said, this is just overall buffs in general, so maybe make him a little bit more popular.
that's a pretty decent base heal buff too.
That's another 40 health, 45 health to be specific, and that's base, so that probably scales with his upgrades as well as levels. So that's pretty. Beefy.
Okay. So refract doesn't break a bond anymore.
That last one's important.
Yes, that is
one's a
really
pretty big
important.
change.
That was like almost his thing. Like I guess maybe Psionic Bond counted as CC, so him being CC immunity would break it, or whatever other technicality you want to throw at that.
I think the reason they had it like that is because they wanted Sonic Bond to be counterable, so they want you to be able to stun him. But now he can do that and avoid your stuns when you try to stun him while he's bonded.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see him in this buff state because I remember
I still don't think he's gonna be picked much.
I don't see it happening too much because outside of both of his abilities give him the opportunity to negate damage and CC to a certain extent, as well as give that to his teammates.
Yeah, but he doesn't really have follow up.
That's
the thing. He's not good in solo queue, but when you have teammates that know how to follow up with Ix, like we all run into those teams where it's like a Derpal and Ix or something, or a Derp or an Ix and a Raylan. Like Ix Raylan is awful. Like he just has to.
Raylan
As
Derpal,
soon as
have
he
fun.
touches you, you're like, I think my life is over because he can just go 2 inches to the left
free
and
me
teleport you into a
from my
rift and you're
mortal
done.
coil.
Yeah, for real. So I think he will be picked when the team is more than one person. Guaranteed.
We need to speed up the pace. We're 15 minutes right now.
Okay, Jimmy and Lux.
All right. So Robo Daddy and Robo Mommy shield from 20 to 15%. I'm assuming that's the shield after Rocket Barrage upgrade?
I think so because it's a book.
Okay.
So
So then probably then there's not much to that.
I don't have much of an opinion. It's up to you, I guess.
I
You
don't
actually play this character.
I do play this character. I hardly take that upgrade, honestly. The way that I play him already with a much sustained build, and I guess this is kind of countering that to a certain extent. Jimmy and Lux is already a pretty monstrous tank if you build him that way. He can just eat damage. Like I know that with the charge upgrades that I go, you can effectively negate the majority of burst damage and even dot damage to a certain extent. Or not dot, but like DPS damage rather. So this I hardly ever take. I do see a lot of Luxes take it. Maybe that's why Ronimo again going by stats and things like that. They're maybe nerfing it a bit. I don't think it's going to change much of anything at all, really. I don't know what the other changes to Lux, if any, are going to be happening.
There aren't
this
any.
patch.
Yeah, in the other patch, I'm looking through all 3 beta patches just since we haven't really touched on any of them. The only thing with him is Missile Barrage does less damage to droids now.
I did notice that. I actually think that's good, even as someone who plays Lux. Because like even at base, it was just a full Missile Barrage to the pair of droids that would come out plus like 1 or 2 auto attacks. The droids are gone, and that was it.
Super safe too. You can do that from like halfway across the map.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So
Senya.
Remembrance Machine removed a stage, slow from 10 to 15. I guess Omni could count on this. I don't really know these upgrades or what they do.
I don't use either of them. It's the slow upgrade and then the distance one. But
Looks like buffing
it's
unused
honestly,
upgrades.
Yeah, they're still not good enough to take. Like Virtual Girl and Deja Vu Blocker are always going to be better. You could, and I just like the increased stealth duration as well because you can just pop out and just pop in. Like if you have the cooldown on hit scissors and you have the stealth duration, you can like virtually stay in stealth the entire time.
Mhm.
Wait, we're talking about Remembrance of Machine? That's the
Yeah.
orb one.
Yeah. I'm saying that like I still wouldn't use them because it's just not as good as anything else.
Hmm.
Because I mean, sure, slow's fine, but like I
You
don't
get
think that's
slow
what
on
Cassini is
scissors.
about. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Tozar takes slow on roll sometimes because he does the whole roll behind you and knock back scissors
Yeah.
you into a turret thing.
Mm.
I still don't think it's that great though.
Yeah,
He's like
I
the
don't-
only one I've seen use it, and it wasn't really that obnoxious to deal with.
It's like more
It's
gimmicky
just-
gameplay than anything.
You can use it, but I don't think it's all that great.
All right, so maybe not much coming
Yeah.
out of that. Leon, tongue stretcher range increase reduced from 33 to 26%, and tongue stretcher reduced from 155 to 135.
Thank Jesus.
Yeah,
Long tongue.
I
This
think.
made Leon so good in competitive matches.
Yeah,
And sort of in pub matches. You can do whatever you want in pub matches, but in competitive, like wow, that is obnoxious what you can do with ranged tongue.
yeah, it
It's
was.
Because you're never expecting it either until it actually happens, and then you're like, fuck.
And then you're like forced to play much more safer than you would normally.
Yeah.
And I mean, you still will. I mean, it's only like a 7% decrease, but it's something, that's,
I'm just glad it's getting nerfed a little bit.
yeah, at least something. It is getting, not a proportional decrease in solar though, so it's now cheaper. It's as expensive as boots, which, depending on who you ask, is as functional or more so. But, well,
Is there anything else for Leon Hollow?
Yeah, the surprise party mask got a buff from 51% to 58%. That's the burst when he comes out of cloak.
Really?
oh shit, hold
And
on.
chainsaw add-on, which is basic damage to awesome knots on his AA, was decreased in price from 180 to 165.
Yeah, they've been
Really?
buffing general damage the past few patches because it was way too expensive for doing nothing before, and now they've been slowly making it better and better, hoping people will take it, and people still don't take it because you can just
So-
take backstab and clover and you'll be fine.
Yeah, so I think that AA damage against awesome knots is actually viable now, mostly just because it's cheap. It's super cheap. Like that, if you get
There's
that
triple stack
backstab,
damage.
yeah, if you get triple damage on that, even without attack speed, if you get party mask, you probably would like instantly kill any of
Ratley
those
on
squishy,
meta.
any of those squishy characters. So
Max
Okay,
focus.
So max focus.
Scene illumination
Stewart.
range decreased by 15%. Why? Whatever. I don't
Okay.
think that need to
I
happen.
don't think it needed either.
Fix that Don Stewart from the frequent show upgrade wouldn't allow you to fire until the original cooldown was finished. I actually know what that upgrade is.
One sec.
Don Stewart in the frequent show.
Oh, it's cooldown on slow mo shot.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's really a necessary upgrade.
I don't know. It's fun to slow spam
It was a
Is
bug
he-
fix.
because with the overdrive gear, you can reduce his cooldown by 20%, and then you can do it by additional 3 seconds. So you can have like a slow mo bubble every 5 seconds, and then if you have duration, it's literally slow mo's always up.
Alright, I'll just say let's quickly try to speed it up because I need to get off soon.
Yeah.
Alright.
Professor
Ulip.
Ulip,
Price
AK 3D
reduce.
printer. Which one's that? That's a gaze upgrade. I don't know what it does though. Anyone?
No, it's not.
It's not shit.
it is.
Actually, what is it?
Yeah, it is. While gripping gaze is active, you receive a
Oh.
shield that absorbs damage.
Oh,
Okay.
whatever. It's an okay upgrade. It's like
Rocco got an HP.
I can see it
increase.
being different or good, but it doesn't really matter.
Alright. Rocco, more health, which is fine.
Probably
It's
buffs to
like
him
his
because he's-
range buff damage is better now because it doesn't require you to be as far away.
I see.
More health means he can probably brawl better.
His stun on arrow was into 1 second of a single stage, which I think is okay.
Yeah.
Before it accumulated to 1.5 seconds and was 2 stages for I think 280 solar or something like that, maybe 320. I forgot.
I think with
But
stun
this
arrow,
is
I think
fine.
you just need teammates that you can rely on again.
Yeah.
Kind of like the X
You need to
thing.
hit it.
Yeah.
I think
and then
the activation thing kind of screwy.
I like the activation thing, honestly. It was it kind of forced him to be a ranged character, like a genuine ranged character.
If it wasn't like that and it was just instant stun, he'd be probably
It'd be
broken,
pretty
to be
crazy.
honest.
Yeah.
Because he would just stun and then pop Vengeance and just kill everything.
Yeah, well, you need
I guess
to
he'd
pop
have to be Vengeance
first.
to pop it, that's right, yeah. But still, regardless.
All right. Anyway.
Nos Builder isn't updated like at all. It's still
No,
a few patches back.
Yeah, Max is still in beta on this one, but whatever.
Sentry.
Microfilm.
Disguise mustache.
That's shield. That's shield,
Yeah,
right?
shield.
Yeah, microfilm was shield.
And disguise mustache, which is just flat damage, right?
It's like one of the last upgrades that I build when people actually have build.
Yeah,
first.
because it's just
Disguise mustache is flat damage, I think.
I think that's, I don't know about that, honestly. I never get it because
Disguise mustache is flat damage.
I get it.
I get it, but I get it's late just because it's so expensive and I don't know.
Well, it's not
cheaper
as
now.
expensive anymore.
Well,
so-
yeah.
Well, everything
that's
about
stuff.
Sentry is expensive, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scoop,
No, I
snow
think that's
shovel,
good.
healing reduced.
I might pick it up earlier now.
Snow shovel was always required, so I kind of get that.
Yeah, I think this is good overall.
It's still high enough that it's going to be pretty good because it still pierces. So
Yeah. I mean, at least
you can
it's
still heal for a crap ton of health.
at least he'll be a
You get
little
more
easier to
better.
kill this time around, I guess. This is one that I wanted to talk about really quickly. Scolder, Oily Spring Brown's attack speed decreased from 75 to 60%. I always take Oily, like, period.
Yep.
It's always, like, almost...
Probably still will.
Like,
Everyone
probably
does.
still will, but at least, like, I guess it'll be easier to counter, because once you get a throw on someone, unless they have a skill up, it's just, that's almost always it. Unless they're flying characters.
A lot of Scolder nerf showing up now after he's been relatively unchanged for a while. Like first the height nerf and now this.
Yeah. So, I
I
mean...
wonder what's next for our favorite robot Viking.
So how's that gonna work with like most of the throws? Like most people get throws and they get 2 punches off.
Yeah, or
from
two chains.
Like 1.5 or something.
It might still be 2 chains, but just over a higher period of time or something like that. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe it's just one punch and then the third combo is like half fast. I don't know.
Maybe.
Huh.
We'll see.
Or maybe it's adapted to still be 2 combos.
Vinny and Spike.
Red bandana weakening
Weakening is less, so I mean,
still not.
I think
low
it should
enough
be
in my opinion.
20%.
I think it should
I
be
think it
20.
should be
it's still pretty
at
high.
least 20. That is a absurd upgrade, especially with size and regen cloud.
It's
Yeah.
instant hit no matter what. You go
I mean,
in.
they nerfed
Spike.
Rubber Mask as well, but I mean, he's still going to be really hard to kill if he gets those 2 upgrades.
Really hard to
He's
kill
already
as
hard to
well
kill
as
if he gets like CC immunity.
Yeah.
yeah. Plus
Call it on
his
his bitch
silence
build.
dive.
I mean, it
Seriously.
worked.
It's like Froggy. You can dive into anything without like punishment. You can dive in with Spike Dive, and that's a huge amount of damage. Silence them, and then Smoke Cloud and either movement speed or debuff, and just get out of there while you weaken them.
It easily swings the team fight in your way too, because like they're doing quarter less damage than you are. It's about equivalent to like 2 or 3 levels worth of difference when you're in the cloud.
And I think BKM should affect weakening. To be honest,
I
It
thought
might,
it's-
I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I don't see anything in other notes, so
It
I don't know.
should if it doesn't. I agree with that, but anyway. Voltar, Healbot base health decreased from 300 to 250. I think that's okay. I think at base, at least if you didn't throw a skill at it, maybe it was a little too hard to kill. I don't know about that, though, in general. Suicide drones, cooldown between shots. So he's going to have a higher attack speed. That's actually significant attack speed up at base.
They're reducing his damage by,
Oh,
think
I
that's
see.
an okay amount.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
About
looks
4%.
like he'd be doing more damage overall. Like he's more DPS now.
I still wish Voltar's damage would be a little like lackluster, just because of what he is,
Yeah.
to like bounce him a little bit. But I mean, Ranamo doesn't like anyone being weak in any way, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
But in any case, I think I want to talk more, but I think I have to wrap it up. So I don't know.
yeah, we hit like an hour 2 minutes at this point now.
All
So
right. So I mean, we can maintain this shit for an hour at least. So good to know for the future.
Yeah, I can talk bullshit.
Yeah.
And that was just patch stuff.
hopefully
We didn't
next
even do
next
Q&A.
time, yeah, hopefully next time it'll be a little bit more interesting. Most of the
Yeah.
time or most of this one, pretty much all of this one, we just talked about balanced shit.
Yeah. Plus, we didn't even get to Q&A or like anything other interesting banter.
Here, quick,
topics
ask
or
us
anything like that.
questions. Like for
No, no.
5 minutes.
No,
5 minute
actually,
questions.
No, actually,
No,
no,
we're not doing it.
no. I do have to cut it, unfortunately, for next time around, though.
Alrighty.
It's not a very graceful outro, but thank you guys for watching. We'll probably have something a little bit more formal for the outro next time around. And yeah, this was the Skillshot Podcast brought to you by the T1T people.
Well, you just have to say T1T. It's that one team.
I guess, yeah, but brought to you by T1T.
Brought to you by that one team.
Yeah, brought to you by that one team. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys. We will see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.